What are you guys doing here?
We ought to be asking you the same thing. How'd you get here?
Sigma, hand me the map.
Map? Oh, right. I dug the map out of my pocket and spread it out in front of us.
You three came in through the blue door, right?
Yeah.
Which room did you go into?
This fan-shaped one. It's called the Bee Garden.
Bee garden?
It's this big dome with a bunch of plants in it. Look, you can go see it yourself later, right?
What about you guys?
Well, after we went through the green door, we ended up in the treatment center.
And then we met up... right here.
So, what's the treatment center? It sounds a lot like the infirmary.
You want to have a look? We can go back to any of the rooms we've already visited.
Yeah, that sounds important for Radical 6 reasons, and also plot reasons. Okay, I'm curious. And I'm sure we'll do this one at some point as well. Sure, let's have a look. After a few moments of brisk walking, we found ourselves in a treatment center. Yeah, this is definitely a room we've not done before. What are those pods? What are those?
They're why this is called a treatment center. Those pods can cure a number of illnesses and even repair certain injuries.
Ah. Wow, that's nuts.
How about you climb in one of them, Dio?
Why?
Well, maybe it can fix whatever's wrong with your brain.
Nice! As much as I'm not fond of how Alice is acting in this one, I agree with that. Which is really funny because it's off the Dio that I'm like, you know, as much as I hate him, I agree with that. But I especially agree with anyone throwing salt at Dio, honestly.
Hey! You want to start something, lady?
I don't think you want to start something with her. She's government trained and literally licensed to kill, as we just learned.
Calm down now, son. You don't cool off a bit, and I'll have to throw you in one of these pods here.
Like, she probably knows how to fight better than anyone else here, actually. Probably.
Huh? Why?
Weren't you paying attention? They have a cold sleep function.
You know what? Part of me already thought that when we entered this room, but I didn't say anything unless there was more suspicion heaped upon it. But yeah, what if that's why we woke up so fucking much later than we were apparently kidnapped?
I figured that ought to cool your head up.
Wait, did you say cold sleep? Yeah, I bet people are going to realize this right now. That's where they freeze you, right? And you can stay that way for a really long time?
Yeah.
According to some records we found in here, until about 8 hours ago, there were 3 frozen people in these pods.
Wait, what? That means at least 3 of us were in here, right? That's gotta mean that.
3 people? Who?
You mean 3 of us were? We don't know. All we found was what was in the logs for the pods.
How long were they here?
No idea. Part of the logs were erased.
Yeah, of course. That's convenient.
All that's left is when the cold sleep function turned off. It records them thawing out, getting up. That's it.
Then they could be anyone.
Well, anyone but you.
What? Why not her?
Because you don't need a device like this to freeze Alice.
Wait a minute. Wait a fucking...
Am I wrong?
Wait, what?
Huh?
So it's true. She was in that coffin. It's the same Alice.
What are you talking about?
You don't need to play dumb. The water in your body isn't normal water. It's something called Ice 9. It freezes at 96.8 degrees. That means all you have to do to put yourself in cold sleep is drop your body temperature below 96.8. No fancy machine needed.
Where on earth did you hear that?
From Clover.
Clover?
When we were exploring the lounge during the first round.
I see.
What's so funny?
Oh man, you fell for that one hook, line, and sinker, didn't you?
Wait a fucking... Is that a false rumor that's made to be misinformation?
Clover was messing with you.
I don't think she was, dude. I think she's misdirecting this so that people don't believe that, so that they don't try to freeze her. That's what I think. Because either that or it really is misinformation. Because at the end of the first game, Seven apparently lied about something relating to Alice, I think, in the coffin. So what the heck is the thing about Ice 9 in her body? Why is that a rumor that they keep spreading if it's wrong.
That is, if she even said anything to you at all. It was a lie. A joke?
A joke? No, there's no way it was a joke. I'm sure about it. Your body is made of Ice 9.
Well, you're mistaken. It's a ridiculous misunderstanding. An urban legend.
With seemingly no other prompting, Alice launched into a lengthy explanation. It went something like this. At some point in the past, someone found a frozen mummified Egyptian queen. Okay, here we go. I thought it was just going to be dropped and explained later, but thankfully, I'm glad we're getting more Alice things, because it makes sense for this route, for that to happen. What was curious about this mummy, however, was that it remained frozen at room temperature. People began to refer to her as All Ice, which eventually became simply Alice. Rumors that her body was made of Ice 9 began to circulate, and her bizarre refusal to thaw only compounded.
They say that the mummy finally thawed, and when it did, it began to move. And ever since then, I've had people say they thought I was her. I mean, really? How could anyone believe something so ridiculous?
I think she was hiding in that coffin, and that the reason that the mummy rumor was even a thing was because in actuality, she was snuck on that ship for espionage, and the rumor was spread by her organization in order to cover up what actually was going on there.
The existence of this mysterious Alice and of this ice that doesn't melt are just urban legends.
But why would people make that mistake about you in particular?
It can't just be because your name's Alice. There are tons of Alices.
Is it because of your face and how you look?
Well, it is true that I am both beautiful and elegant. Can I really be blamed if people think I'm an Egyptian queen? I don't think that's the only reason, though. Someone who made that mistake said something to me once. They claimed they'd seen me before. Of course, I immediately pressed the issue. Do you mean the mummy, Alice? I said. When? Where? Of course, they were at a loss. In fact, I began to feel a little sorry for them. So I told them something. If you're so convinced, then maybe I am actually Alice. But maybe I've lost my memory and can't remember who I am. And so on and so on. I'm still not sure why Clover would tell you something like that, though. Even if she was just messing with you, it seems a little out of left field.
You really think she put that much thought into it? She was probably just screwing with him, and it was the first thing that came to mind. Maybe she wanted to see if she could get him to believe something completely ridiculous.
Yeah, I could see her doing something like that. Well, I think that's enough idle gossip for now.
That face on Tenmyoji is literally me right now, because I think there's more to it than that.
The cold sleep business is interesting, but I don't think it's terribly useful.
Are you sure? Because it might fucking tell us that at least 3 of us were here for a very long time.
We should go see if the other team has returned to the warehouse yet.
At Alice's request, we made our way out of the treatment center. This is a really fucking important room, just like the Celavir room, where I do believe it was made. I think we need to go back there, too, and use that machine, because now we know that IG equals immunoglobin. This is...
It looks like another warehouse.
It looks like the same warehouse.
Hey, look.
3 more doors.
They're all glowing white. You think?
Those might be the next set of chromatic doors.
I'd bet on it. Look, they've got the same boxes next to them as the other doors.
So the next set of doors are white?
They haven't all been the same color before.
We definitely need to tell the others about this.
Right, let's head back to floor A. I'm trying to pay more attention to the map now, because I have a feeling it's important, or else why would it be shown so much? But so far I don't think we've had to know map things in order to figure things out, but I have a feeling maybe that is something that we need to do at some point. But we'll see.
Oh, thank goodness. You finally returned. I was beginning to get anxious.
Did something happen?
Yes.
Oh no.
It's Quark, you see.
Okay.
What? What happened to Quark?
He collapsed.
Okay, yeah, so... Radical 6 again, and we don't have the Excelsior this time, do we?
It happened so suddenly. We were just searching our room.
What?
Please, you must hurry to the infirmary. Clover is looking after him, but his condition could change at any moment. You should go.
Oh no.
Tomoyoshi shoved Kay aside, left for the yellow door. Is this a repeat here? The rest of us exchanged a few startled looks and ran off. I know this particular paragraph is, but how samey is this particular one here?
Quark. Come on, kid. Get a hold of yourself.
Yeah, this is the same thing, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'm not gonna all skip just in case anymore, pretty much.
Save?
But...
That seems a... maybe...
No, that's not. I know him better than he doesn't have it.
Well, then call an ambulance and stop freaking...
The infirmary seems pretty well equipped. There are plenty of diagnostic tools, but
Without a doctor, there's not going to be...
And yep, Luna, yep.
wait, is that true?
Okay, I'll see what... I think that machine over there is a medical scanner. It's called an atom. It uses... Yes, I believe it.
I don't want to rush you, but the sooner...
Just let us, of course.
Yep, and there. Yeah, this is the same thing, but again, I'm not gonna all skip, because I don't know what comes after
I feel
this.
so Quark.
Oh no.
Yes, he's been in...
I told...
Vi and I heard about it from Luna.
Wait, so how did they all learn about it this time? I feel like that might be a little bit important. In fact, I would say you shouldn't write off any details on importance in this game, except for some things. In fact, I even feel like Sigma's weird, like, cat quirk is probably somehow relevant. But it seems so random that part of me is like, it's gotta be just some dumb thing he wanted to put in there for, like, no reason. But, like, why would he put anything dumb for no reason in these games in particular? Because, like, the whole point of these games is everything's fucking connected. You know? So, we'll see. I forgot how fucking much I love this particular song. I love the combination of that piano and the smooth fucking jazz and the fucking background noises, whatever the hell you want to call those. Dio and Luna were two of the first people to investigate the infirmary, yeah. They must have seen the newspaper clipping that Quark found. I had stayed behind after the AB game and they'd all split up and gone into different rooms. It seemed like, one way or another, everyone had heard about Radical 6. So yeah, this is another situation where Sigma did not know beforehand.
No, he can't. How could he have gotten infected? That's not possible.
You know, I just realized maybe the map is supposed to tell you who plants the bombs. But I have a feeling the game's gonna reveal it by itself, because it always reveals this stuff by itself. But I guess we'll see. Something about the tone of his voice seemed strange. Why wasn't it possible? Had Tenmyoji known about Radical 6 before the rest of us?
There must be something we can do! How can we cure him?
Well, Adam says there's an antiviral serum called Excelsior. It's the only way to counteract...
Where shouldn't it be in the...
We looked around.
I don't trust a damn thing you say.
Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't trust Dio, considering he's already kept Excelsior a secret for his own gain, and we saw that. So he is on the money with not trusting him about that, in particular, in fact, but in general, too.
I'm asking Luna.
I'm sorry, but Io's telling the truth. We didn't find anything.
Wait, infirmary. Yeah, in here, it wasn't in here. But it was in the medical lab. Did anyone explore the laboratory this time? Don't quote me on... I think so. Or no, the laboratory seems to be on the other side, right? I'm not sure.
Damn it. What about the other rooms? Sigma, what about you? Did you find anything?
No, nothing like medicine. I mean, it was just like a park. Lots of vegetation and stuff, but no medicine.
What about you, Kay? Was there any medicine in your room?
Poor Tenmyoji, man.
We visited the laboratory.
You know what's interesting is Tenmyoji fucks us over, but he's so almost gentlemanly about it, that I don't hate him for it. But then there's Dio and Alice. How you act is a lot of how first impressions go, and impressions in general. And I'm trying to figure out how to act better, honestly. It really is just about trying to keep your cool, and trying not to let thoughts that are malicious rule you. And that's how you be a better person. I'm working on it.
There were a number of chemicals and concoctions there, some of which were medicine. But nothing like what we're searching for, I'm afraid.
Oh god. Then he's going to... Oh god, no.
Look, just to be sure. The three of you went to the treatment center, right? Are you sure it wasn't there?
No, there was nothing even remotely like it.
Yeah, it's in the laboratory. I don't think anyone went there this time. So I don't think anyone has it this time.
You went there too, didn't you? The only thing in the treatment center are those treatment pods.
Treatment pods. That's it. If we put Quark in one of those pods... For a moment there was silence.
Quark?
Quark!
Oh no. We might be able to do that. I wonder if that would help. So we don't need the Accelavir. Although, do we? Because Accelavir is supposed to be the only known cure for it, so I don't know if that would work. But it would keep him asleep, which would also be helpful for this. And I'm skipping this, because, fuck this. Not fond of suicidal energy. I don't think anyone is, and if you are, you probably need a therapist, like, immediately.
Come on, Luna!
Okay.
Phi being commanding is my favorite thing, so I'm glad I accidentally paused right before she said that. Moving on! And even her breathing is hot. Help, brain. My brain is so desperately horny. It is so... Man, anyway.
Respiration, blood pressure, brain waves, everything's normal. According to these readings, he's in a very deep sleep.
Alright, I guess we're good for now.
Yes,
What about the anesthetic? How long will it last?
he shouldn't wake up for a few hours.
Man, he sure was strong for such a little guy.
I think that might be the virus's fault. It probably attacks the part of the brain that governs reason. Without anything to hold it back, his body was using every ounce of strength it had.
Yeah? How do you know?
Huh? Oh, well,
How much do you know about this Radical 6?
not much. I probably know about as much as you do. All I've seen about it is that newspaper article.
That the truth?
Why would I lie about that? I've seen other viruses do the same thing. I was just making a guess.
I think she knows about it, though, still.
So when Quark tried to kill himself... Yes, at least...
Okay, this is definitely someone we've seen before.
What are you doing?
And there she goes, again. But when did she start Radical Sixing? Because there has been a point beforehand where we've seen Quark being spaced out and saying that everything seems fast. I don't think we ever saw Alice be at that point. So when did she get infected with it? Because the suicidal urges come later. We've heard that. We're all too stunned to even try to... Okay, so yeah, this is the same as well here. Is this really just going to be a similar ending? Like, is this literally... Well, we'll see. I do wonder if this is going to be different. I actually think that the bombs will come into play again here and that will... Okay, we were gardening again. So let me... There's that again. Okay. Yeah, she went to the garden again. Yeah, she runs to the garden here. What does that mean? It's either the garden or the crew quarters, and I wonder why. Alice, wait. Is she the one that plants the fucking bombs? Because there's one in here.
There you are. Good. I'm glad you showed up.
And by she, I mean Phi. That's who I'm thinking does it. Because if she's not a golem, then why else? Because I'm thinking the golem is us. Is Sigma. So if she is not a golem, then what if she was roped into it like Temioji? And again, her fucking unnatural ability to jump. That either means robot or something. Like, not very human. But regardless of what she is, what if she planted the bombs? Because, like, why was she in the garden? Now, granted, she might have just been chasing after Alice just like us, but what if she planted the bomb first on the way? I don't know. We'll see.
I just got here a minute ago. She was like this when I found her. When you showed up, I was getting ready to carry her to the infirmary.
Then she's, alive?
Yeah. Her breathing and pulse seem normal. She doesn't appear to have any obvious external wounds.
So she's just unconscious?
Looks like it.
What about the scalpel?
Doesn't look like she has it. Figure she probably dropped it on the way here. Anyway, we need to get her to the infirmary.
Yeah, this is interesting how this happens. What causes her to, instead of going to the crew quarters and stabbing herself, go to the garden and lose the scalpel? What causes her to do that? Someone probably does that. Is it Fi? I have a feeling that maybe Fi took the scalpel. She's actually seeming more suspicious to me all of a sudden. I thought she wasn't involved until now, and I forgot about the jump thing, which is still very suspicious.
Give me a hand here.
Right. Alice was lighter than I'd expected, and Fi and I managed to set off toward the infirmary at a brisk trot. Maybe it's not that she's lighter than expected, but that Fi is stronger than you expect. Because she can jump higher than anyone would expect too, which requires strong legs, right? Because she's a motherfucking golem. If we're a golem, that explains the blackness, because instead of dying, we go back into the mainframe or something.
Alright, please pay attention, everyone. You need to hear this. The Atom has finished scanning Alice.
What did it say?
Her results are identical to Quark's.
I know we've done this scenario before, but it's far less recent than the other scenario that we end up finding her in, which is like when she doesn't go to the garden.
She has also been infected with Radical 6.
On her way back, Fi had gone off to retrieve the rest of the participants. 7 sets of eyes widened as Luna spoke.
Oh no.
No! What's going to happen to her?
Well, like I said before, there's only one way to cure Radical 6. There's a special antiviral treatment.
Yeah, only one. So the pod wouldn't work, would it? But then why was there the black and white of the pod?
Immunoglobulin is?
I do wonder if this unlocks one of the locks. I feel like it might. I feel like it could also unlock several. Because we learned about the treatment room in the pods, and we learned about immunoglobulin, which I think might be one of them. I think we might need to learn about... I think we might need to do something with the machine. And maybe in order to cure the second person that gets it. So both Quark and Alice?
Immunoglobulin?
It's another name for antibodies. Some people have antibodies that can fight off Radical 6.
When I hear immunoglobulin, I think of like a super resilient, regenerating goblin. Like, you know, a fantasy goblin. Immune to like disease and poison and shit. Terrifying.
Those antibodies are the basis for Excelivir.
Wait, what about those pods in the treatment center? Can't we just stick them in those?
Right. I thought of that too, so I went and took a closer look at them. Unfortunately...
They can't cure it. I thought so.
Correct. They can suppress the symptoms for a while, but they can't kill the virus itself. The only way we can help Alice and Quark is if we can find some Excelivir.
But the pods will keep them from getting any worse, right?
Yes.
Well, then what are we waiting for? One of you, grab Alice. We're going to the treatment center.
Okay, this is interesting. Is this the first time anyone's ever explored the treatment center? That's... Because I don't think this has ever happened this way before. Ever. This is definitely different. I knew it would get different, but I also was like, is it gonna though? Granted, even if it was a very similar ending from before, we would know some things now. We would know about the immunoglobulin. Now I'm saying it, goddammit to you. And we would also know about the, Actually, wait. Why does he know about the sciencey stuff if he can't even fucking pronounce immunoglobulin? Like, that's so weird. He knew about so many of the things relating to that specific room, but he can't fucking pronounce immunoglobulin. Or can he, and is he playing dumb in order to protect himself? Because maybe he fucking made Radical 6? As he spoke, Temioji moved over to Quark and lifted his small unconscious body off the bed. Quark shifted slightly as Temioji moved him, and something fell out of his... Is it the Wait, what? I bent down slowly and picked it up. Holy fucking what? Okay, so they did explore there. But then why the fuck did he keep it to himself? Wait, who was he with? Wasn't he with Dio, or was that earlier?
What? Well, what is it?
Hold on. There's a name on the label here.
Excelivir! You found it, Sigma! That's the one thing that can cure Radical 6.
Why did Quark have it?
Perhaps he found it earlier.
Earlier when?
We explored the laboratory.
Wait. Did he find it wait, no. It was in the safe. If he explored it with Kay, both of them had to have seen it. There's no fucking way. It was in the safe and... Now I'm really suspicious of Kay. I haven't been. But Phi has been. And she's had reason to. Except, well, there was that one time where she really was not. And she was actually vouching for him, which I don't understand. But I think it probably has to do with premonitions. But either way, this makes Kay pretty damn sus here. Because he had to have seen it, but he's acting like he hadn't. It was in the safe, for God's sakes. Unless Quark opened the safe by himself? While Kay was doing other stuff? But, like, yeah, this really makes Kay sus to me. Because what if he did something similar to Dio for whatever reason?
It was on the other side of the red door. I happened to notice Quark putting something in
Okay. He hid it?
Whether or not that was his intention is unclear. I did not have the opportunity to ask, as he collapsed immediately.
Whoa, interesting. Wait! What if he had a premonition about getting the virus? Or if he knew he was and then saw the Excelivir? Or like, what if he had a premonition about or just like had a premonition relating to picking it up? Because this is really convenient for him, except now there's the problem of who gets it. Because isn't it enough dose for just one person? I think I remember hearing that somewhere. But if that hasn't been a revelation, I almost expect it to come up now. Because of course a game like this would have this kind of dilemma that would probably set Clover and Temioji really against each other.
It didn't feel appropriate to go digging around in his pockets for it after that. And to be honest, it had also slipped my mind. We were rather preoccupied with getting him to the infirmary as quickly as possible.
Who cares about the details? We have it. Hurry up and give it to him, Luna.
Hey, hold on a minute. What about Alice?
Does it really matter if she goes first or not?
I'm sorry, but I don't think we can do that.
What?
There's only enough here for one person.
I fucking knew it. I don't know if that's been said before. The Excelivir has only come into play recently, as far as, like, the order I've been doing things in. So I don't think so. But I felt like this would be the case. Part of me feels like I have heard it before somewhere in the game, but I don't really remember.
The only way we have to administer this is with the injection gun. And the way it functions, it uses a whole bottle each time you pull the trigger.
In other words, we can't split the dose in two or something.
Right.
While we all stood stunned, Phi moved. Stepping over to Quark, she quickly ran her hands through his clothes, then stepped back with a frown and a small shake of her head.
Nothing. That one bottle was it.
Do you think there might be some more back in the laboratory? No, I think there's the one in the safe.
No. Unfortunately not.
No.
Oh, God.
Just enough medicine for one dose.
Only one person can be saved.
Who should we give it to?
Alice or Quark?
What the hell is this? There's no way we're only gonna save one of them.
And what are we going to do?
Do I have to spell it out? We're gonna save them both.
How?
That's, I needed to calm down. Listen, you know, I know the duty of the protagonist is to be blindly trying to save everyone, but you know, right now this is not the time to be in that kind of situation. There had to be some way to save both of them. Wait, is this going to be another flashy boy? I have a feeling this might be another... I feel like I'm starting to understand the phrasing of a lock. It was there, I knew it. Yeah, immunoglobulin. Immunoglobulin. I had a feeling it wasn't just globin. Part of me was like, globin doesn't really sound right. But I brushed it off as just being rather hyper critical of myself and rather like untrusting of my ability to remember something like complex words until I've like repeated it enough, and honestly in a short enough time. But immunoglobulin, I thought it was just globin. And again, I think the reason that I thought that that made sense was because it could be a blood compound like hemoglobin. I'm pretty sure globin does not have the U in it anywhere, but don't quote me on that. Let me know if I'm wrong about that, friends. But immunoglobulin. I'm pretty sure that's how you pronounce that. But let me know if I'm wrong.
Do you know what immunoglobulin is?
Okay, yeah, there we go. There she goes. And she's the doctor, so that's probably the correct pronunciation.
It's another name for antibodies. Some people have antibodies that can fight off radical
Well, I
cells.
say doctor, but medical license can mean lots of things. And doctor requires a doctorate, and medical license does not. So, yeah. She could just be a nurse, but I think she said she wasn't one, so I wonder what the hell she is. And I bet she's related to... I literally keep wanting to fucking call Radical 6 COVID-19. I keep wanting to call it that so much that... Let me see. You won't hear it in the video, but I had like a 10-second fucking pause when I tried to fucking remember the actual name of the virus. But anyway, I think Luna has something to do with Radical 6. Or Excelivir, or both. And that, I think, is why she's tight-lipped about her medical license, and why she reacted in a pretty sus-ass way when people were like, how do you know about the virus? I think she does. And I think she wants no one here to know that she does. And I have a feeling that if she killed the old lady, it might have been because the old lady was involved with the virus, but I don't know, man.
Replicator makes it sound like it makes copies of stuff.
So it's like a copy machine.
Yeah, probably copies IG, whatever that is.
Any ideas?
Who knows? Ice cream by the gallon?
Delicious. That's definitely a better alternative than copying Instagram. One is more than enough. I don't use or like social media, if you haven't figured that out by now. That's it. I've got it. The IG replicator in the laboratory. It's an immunoglobulin replication machine.
What?
Don't worry. Morphogenic field stuff. Totally normal. I promise I'm not nuts. No, literally, I'm not nuts. Believe me. No. I love the way this... Oh, this song! I love it! I also feel like it's from the first game. I feel like it is. All I know is I love this song. It's either from the first game or early on in this game. I just remember I've heard it quite a few times, and that it's always during these eureka moments, and I love the way they use it. And again, I love the creativity of this music so much. Like, what is that sound? It's great. There's just a lot of interesting sounds in this music. And it works. And it gives the game a very surreal atmosphere, which certainly fits it. It can copy immunoglobulin, antibodies. Luna just said Excelivir is made from it. I fucking knew it! That means we can make more Excelivir.
Hold on a moment. There is a strange device in the laboratory that says IG replicator on it. Clover and I examined it thoroughly when we were in that room.
Yeah, we never could figure out what it did, though.
Exactly. My question is, how do you know about it, Sigma?
Protagonist bullshit, don't worry about it. I saw it when I was in the laboratory.
When was that?
In another life.
Probably when you were looking for Alice, right?
No, Dio was wrong. I hadn't gone to the laboratory when I was looking for Alice. I didn't think I'd ever been to the laboratory. So how did I know about the IG replicator?
If what he's saying is true, then we should be able to duplicate the Excelivir. That would mean we could cure Alice and Quark.
Let's go have a look at the laboratory, right?
Yeah, no time to waste.
But how do we get immunoglobulin? But how do we get But how do we get my tongue! But how do we get immunoglobulin? Wait, we can't leave them here all alone. Luna, do you think you could stay behind and look after them?
Oh, of course. I'd be happy to.
Alright then, let's go. I'm just bracing for oof, because, like, it's a very Ushikoshi thing for this revelation. If we can save both of them to turn horribly wrong, horribly fast for some reason. I love this song. It's just a fucking vibe, dude. Hi, kitty. One of my cats is like, hey, hello. And I'm like, how you doing, girl? You're a good girl. Hey, whoa. Good girl.
So this is the lab, huh?
Yes.
Where's this IG replicator thing?
Right here. See?
So this can copy the Excelivir?
I think so.
What are we waiting for?
Calm down, alright? Don't rush me. I carefully lowered the small vial of Excelivir into the slot on the side of the machine. An empty vial already protruded from the other side. Presumably, that was where the duplicated Excelivir would go. Ready? When I push this button, it should...
Skip it. Just press the damn thing.
Right. And press. There it is. Did it work?
Have a look. The empty vial has something in it now.
And the vial Sigma used remains as it was. It does not seem to have lost any of its contents.
So, it worked?
Would have been pretty bad if it hadn't.
Alright, let's get this thing back to the infirmary. I reached down and pulled both vials from the machine, intending to slip... Intending, huh? Something's gonna happen again! To slip them deftly into my pocket. Ah, shit.
What happened?
Sorry, my hand slipped.
You dropped one of them?
Yeah, just one though.
What in the hell? What if you'd broken it, you idiot?
Come on, if it'd broken, they would have just made another copy. Poor time music could reply, Phi spoke.
Guys?
I was surprised to hear her voice coming from near my feet. I looked down to see her staring intently at something beneath the table. Oh no.
You see? It did break!
No, the vial's fine. See?
She held it up in one hand, but didn't move her eyes.
Then what the heck is going on down there?
Take a look.
She slid back from the table quickly, and there's a body, isn't there? And silently. The rest of us bent down to look. Oh, it's a bomb! That's where number 2 is! So, now we know at least 3 of the bombs. There might be more than 3, but for now it's safe to assume there's just 3, I think. So, there's the one in the guard. I think we need to find the codes for all 3 of them. Yeah, probably. We already have the code for 1, which is in the guard. 2 is here in the laboratory. 3 is in the crew quarters. But we also need the password machine, which I don't think we have yet.
Whoa. Really? That makes 2 then.
Guess Kay was right after all.
So there were more bombs.
So it would seem.
Was this here when you guys came through the first time?
No, it was not.
I didn't see any.
Again, I'm pretty sure all of the back and forth thing on the map is supposed to tell you who might have planted the bombs. Like, if they were alone, they could have planted the bombs. But they don't look very small to me, so maybe they could have hit them. But maybe they are rather small. I don't know. Maybe they are rather small, but the way they're zoomed in on these shots make them seem bigger than they are. So they could be hidden in pockets, maybe.
Then somebody must have said it while we were looking for Alice.
Who the hell would do that?
We were all out looking... Okay, so I need to pay special attention to the map where we're all looking for Alice, don't I? See who goes into the laboratory. See who goes into the garden, the laboratory, and then the crew quarters, maybe? But why would they put them in order? That feels... Or maybe, like, go into all 3 of those rooms, maybe. Actually, wait, no, I don't think we can... I don't think we see how everyone is moving in that way, so...
No, not any of us. I was back in the infirmary.
Ah, wait a minute. Are we gonna start to figure out who then? Because I know where all three of them are.
So I was keeping an eye on her.
Uh-huh.
So we shouldn't consider you a suspect, is that right?
Yeah.
But Tenmyoji, you have no proof that she spent the entire time in the infirmary, do you?
What?
And also, I'm still pretty suspicious of him because we know Zero roped him into this and probably made him cooperate in some way.
You could have quietly made your way to the laboratory, planted the bomb.
That's insane.
Yeah, there's also three of them, so...
Listen to yourself. There's no way in hell I'd have left Quark all by himself to go plant a goddamn bomb.
Tenmyoji was still staring furiously at Kay when Clover spoke up.
Hey, what's this thing?
I turned in time to see her grab something from under the table.
It looks like a memory card.
Where was it?
Right under the bomb.
Wait, what?
It was down on the floor under the table.
I wonder what that's gonna be.
Could it have been put here by the same person who set the bomb? There was nothing like it here when we examined this room.
Do you think they dropped it accidentally?
Unless it was left here intentionally, yes. I imagine so.
What do you think's on it?
Let's take a look. Can I see it for a minute?
Yeah, I guess so.
I plucked the card out of her hand and looked around the room. Nothing. Shoot. No dice. We'll need to plug it into something that can read memory cards. I don't see anything here.
So what do we do?
Darn, if I knew we'd be doing it. Okay, they don't know about the infirmary room then. Or at least the people that probably did see it, maybe at least. No, they had to have in order to solve the puzzles in there. So the people that solved the puzzles in the infirmary, I'm pretty sure they have been solved, right? Have not spoken up about the card in there. Which might mean they're the bomb people, right? Or person. It might be people, but I think it's... I think it makes more sense for it to be one person.
If no vote is...
Guys, I think maybe we should get back to the top floor.
Yeah, you're right. We've got what we came here for.
What should we do about the, bomb?
Not much we can do except leave it here. Alice said it'd be dangerous to touch them.
True, but...
Drop it. We can talk about the bombs later. Right now we need to take care of Alice and Quark.
Right. So we'll go back to the infirmary, get the Excelsior, and then head to Florida Warehouse.
Right.
Although I'm afraid about leaving Luna alone. Because, again, she's a little sus.
It might take a little while, but they should recover.
Her voice was quiet as she backed away from Alice and Quark. In her hand was the injection gun. She carefully removed the empty vial. Okay, yeah, no. Yeah, we just gave it to her. So, as far as we know, at least so far, she hasn't done anything suspicious in this time, but she certainly had free reign to. She carefully removed the empty vial and placed it gently in the cabinet with the other one. While we were in the laboratory, Luna had moved Quark to a crude cot. They both looked peaceful as they slept. The madness I'd seen on their faces before was completely gone.
Are they really going to be all right?
Yes. The analysis I did on the vials confirmed that the duplicate was real Excelsior. The original was genuine too, of course. Now that they've been treated...
It's only a matter of time before the virus is eliminated.
I believe so, yes. Oh man, what a relief. I was really worried.
Why? Clover grinned. Agreed. I gave her a reassuring pat on the back. Cute.
5 minutes remain until Ambidex game polling closes.
All right, everybody. We can be relieved later. Right now we need to get to the AB rooms and fast.
Damn. Don't even have time to catch our breath.
Or worry about the motherfucking bombs. Come on, let's go. Florida Warehouse is waiting, but yeah, I think we need the password for bombs 2 and 3. That memory card is important, and I have a feeling that it has at least one of the other passwords on there, actually. Huh? Where's Tenmyoji?
Oh, he stayed back in the infirmary.
What?
Why?
Well, when we were all heading out, I noticed he wasn't doing anything, so I asked him if he was coming with us, and this is what I got.
I'm still worried about Quark and Alice. I think I'll stick around and make sure they're okay.
I see. That means that Phi's only opponent will be Dio.
One-on-one, huh?
Ugh.
That's cool. Nothing to worry about. I plan to choose Ally.
She won't believe that for half a second, dude.
You know why?
Because I've only got one BP.
Exactly. If you chose Ally and I betrayed you, your BP would drop below 0 and... well, we know what happens then.
But we also know that Dio doesn't give one ass fuck if he has 9 BP, at least I think.
I want to win, but I'm not that desperate. You see what I'm saying, right?
Tenmyoji and Dio are a pair. Tenmyoji only had 1 BP left. Since Dio said he's going to pick Ally, Phi can't really pick anything else. If she does, Tenmyoji will...
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Ah. Fuck, man. Oh, I'm afraid, man. I'm curious. Now, granted, squares have appeared where there weren't squares before on the flowchart, but I'm still gonna look. Okay, yeah, there's still a choice here. Okay, well, I mean, yeah. See, this seems to lead to a shorter ending, but is it really a shorter ending? You know?
Kay and I are going to be going one-on-one too, right? Since Quark's still sleeping.
That is correct.
How many BP do you guys have?
I've got 6.
As do I.
This'll be a tough one, then.
If one of them can get the other to ally, and then betray that person, the betrayer will have 9 points.
Christ.
Look, Kay, I know you don't really have any reason to trust me, but...
I know. You would like us both to vote ally, yes?
Yeah.
But, knowing Clover, man, man. It's weird, because I kind of hope they both betray, because otherwise this is just going to end.
I agree. If we were to both betray, then we would gain no points. We would lose nothing either, but that's hardly relevant. If both of us cooperate, then we will both gain 2 points, which is much more beneficial.
Poor fucking K, dude. He's gonna do it. He's too genuine, at least so far, for me to, like... Also, you know what? This is more sinister if he's fucking Snake, like I still think he is. We still don't fucking... We still have not gotten the chance to get his fucking mask off.
Remains until Ambidex game polling closes.
Shit, this is bad. We need to move, now.
Indeed. Shall we?
Dio, K, Phi, and Clover all took off immediately, heading into different AB rooms. Counting for the left, Dio went into room 3, K went into room 4, and Phi and Clover went into rooms 5 and 6, respectively. That left Luna and myself. What do you think about taking the one on the far left?
Sounds good.
With that settled, I accidentally skipped the rest of that line. Let me see. I can't. With that settled, we went in there. It's probably all that really said. Wait, who the fuck are we voting against again? Well, I mean, we're gonna probably have a convo about it, aren't we?
"30 seconds remain until Ambidex game polling closes."
It's probably a little late to say this, but you know Alice is still in the infirmary, so...
You're saying we should pick Ally, right? Oh, she's our opponent. That's right, duh. Since Alice is gonna default to that anyway.
Yes.
I know. It's not really fair to betray somebody who isn't voting. I mean, it's not fair to betray anyone anyway. His face broke into a warm, happy smile. Yeah, being a dick and choosing betray in this situation, these situations. I hope I don't have to do that, ever. But I have a feeling I will. But again, I'll exhaust every other ending before I start doing that willy-nilly. Not to be sappy, it was like a ray of sunshine on a cloudy day. I grinned back at her before I knew what I was doing. For a minute, the Nonary game didn't seem so scary.
10 seconds remain until 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I did it without thinking. I was gonna do that anyway, but I guess I mashed a little and didn't realize I was doing that. But that was what I wanted to do anyway. But again, that was not an oopsie mash, thankfully. I would rather choose ally every time anyway. I'm too much of a softie not to be like that.
Thank you for your participation. Ambidex gates now opening.
Luna and I stepped out of the AB room. Alright, let's go have a look at the results.
Okay.
It is funny to me that the only thing that's convinced me very convincingly to choose Betray is Fi saying I should. Again, my weakness is commanding women.
Please direct your attention to the results screen.
There's a line in Persona 5 where basically they make a joke about two of the guys in the group. Like, they make a joke that they're going to be under some girl's thumb. And yeah, probably me too. Yeah, she's gonna ally anyway. Wait, what? Excuse me, what? Excuse me, huh? Excuse me, what? How the fuck is that possible? She's fucking unconscious. I'm so confused.
Or subtracted accordingly. Please check your bracelet to see your updated bracelet points.
Whoa, what the fuck? And now I'm dying. What the hell? It wasn't possible. I blinked, rubbed my eyes, and looked again. Yeah. Whoa, that's never happened before. Yeah, that's what I thought. Wow, that's not possible. How can Alice's vote be betray? It was a question I would never know the answer to, yeah. Okay, yeah, we've read this before. Is it just gonna end? Then who was in the booth? Was Alice still? I'm so goddamn confused.
Sigma! Sigma! Hang on! Oh no! Sigma, get up!
Sigma!
Sigma!
No. Why?
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. Alice can't be up. Someone was in the booth. Someone somehow got in the booth. Or what if Zero did it? Notice the door to the second. No one had gone into that room. I'd watched them all. Yeah. Wait, what? Apparition that couldn't be real? Wait, what the fuck? Interesting. World was gradually going black and my mouth refused to form words, but my head echoed with questions. How? Why? What was she doing there? She run into the last moment after Luna and I entered our room, but even if she had, why choose betray? And the darkness closed over my mind as well, and my questions were gone forever. Okay, so it does kill you. I'm a little bit surprised about it, especially because apparently he's actually a robot. But, so that doesn't quite make sense. Either that, or somehow, he's literally only a golem in some roots. And I wouldn't put that past Uchikoshi. But, excuse me? Please tell me that unlocks something. I don't think it did. Yeah, it's just a bad end.